And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, that's right, everybody. That's that song by Tool, which means it must be time for The Bonfire. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm your host, Big J. Oakerson. Dan Soder not with us today. He's off filming Billions. I believe today is the scene where Paul Giamatti kills Axe at the very end and then takes his own life immediately afterwards. Sitting in for him, of course. Very hilarious. So excited. This is my first time ever working with him one-on-one like this. From the Tim Dillon is Going to Hell podcast on the Gas Digital Network.
Thank you.
Everyone, it's the hilarious Tim Dillon joins us.
Thank you. Today was the scene where I was going to take my own life in my own show, but I got this call.
Yeah.
So, hey.
We're saving people's lives over here.
Thanks, guys.
Very, very exciting. We have it's been a wild day already so far. I've been up earlier than normal today, running around doing stuff, and then right up to the very minute we got here, me and Tim just had to tiptoe around a very brazen pigeon.
Yeah.
I mean, downstairs in the courtyard out there by the Metro Cafe, Jacob, a pigeon that had his neck tucked and just daring us to walk by it.
And Jay looked at it and goes, "You think it's waiting to die?"
Yeah, I thought he was waiting to die. I went morbid with it.
Yeah.
But we both, two large men, both diverted our treks.
Terrified.
To go completely around this pigeon. Terrified. And I said that's one thing from growing up, and Black Lou, maybe you can relate to this. One thing growing up in a relatively black neighborhood, mixed, but pretty black, is my fear of small urban creatures. I do not fuck with. I don't like if a squirrel's not afraid of me, if a pigeon's not afraid of me. There's a reason it's not afraid. It's gonna fucking do something. And the only thing that makes me not afraid of those things is that I know they're afraid of me. As soon as they're not, it's scared. It's the same thing. The most scared I've ever been in fist fights in my life ever is when a smaller person is like aggressively trying to get into a fight with me. I'm like, what are you?
Right.
It's like he must have like a brick in his pocket or something.
Yeah. Well, that's what white privilege is, just finding a stray dog and hugging it. Just imagining that, like, oh, this will be okay. This stray dog, let me just kiss it.
Yeah, I'm gonna mouth kiss this stray dog.
I'm sure it's, owners have gotten it the right shots, and I'm sure it's purebred, good line, good, breeding.
Always. Oh, man. So we have no Dan, and he's off filming Billions. Of course, that scene, I should disclaimer, is not happening.
Oh.
Although it's really going to suck if that is what happens. If that's exactly how the show ends.
There will be a lawsuit.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I gotta write the show better. If you're writing as good as my joke about it, then that's going to be your fault. Although writing with shows and movies, I never fully understand when they don't make like the people who are the diehards like satisfactory with things like superhero movies and stuff. Like when they always do that, it goes, oh man, I can't believe they're going to have so and so. Spider-Man's going to be fighting like Rhino. That's the character that I'm fighting. Yeah, and it's like, well, who should he fight? Like, the best ever is Venom. And it's like, then why is the movie just not like does the people who make the movie not here? Like, you're making the movie. You can make it whatever you want.
Right.
I never understand when they're like, it was kind of a boring ending. It didn't really go anywhere. Like, why do they ever do that?
Yeah, don't stray from the narrative.
Yeah. Lou, do you have a fear of small urban creatures?
No, I moved to Columbus, Georgia at an early age.
Oh, shit. You used to play with salamanders and shit.
Frogs, all that shit.
It's all golden retrievers.
Yeah.
Columbus, Georgia. Just beautiful golden retrievers.
That's right. Shoes always covered in clay. Yeah. Georgia clay.
Yeah, it's just nice.
Atlanta blows.
Peach cobbler. Good food. Great food.
Really good food.
Really good food.
It's just a humid and hot place.
That's like one of those places you don't know what serious Southern food is until you eat there.
Yeah.
And they'll put on the menu like, oh, this was cooked in lard.
Oh, yeah, they don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit. You'll never see that in like a New York restaurant. They'll never be like, this was prepared in lard. But in Atlanta, they'll be like, yeah, this was triple fried in lard.
I kind of appreciate that because I've had many a meal in my life, sort of recently ruined, just completely slayed by looking at calorie counts.
I was at Friendly's.
I'm spending so much time now trying to avoid like carbs and sugar that I'm not looking at things like calories anymore. And then you look at calorie. I thought I was making a great choice. I didn't do it.
Sure.
In Minneapolis, I went to a TGI Fridays.
Oof, the worst.
And I went there, and they have all calories are listed now on everything.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll get the baby back ribs. I'll get the baby back ribs. I'll get a rack of ribs because I'm like, it's just meat.
High protein.
You know what I mean? It's just meat. I'm not gonna get any bread with that. I'm not getting any kind of like. I'll get some vegetables and a rack of ribs. The rack of ribs, 1,800 calories.
Yeah, the daily intake, by the way.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, 2,000's the daily intake. They're doing that with a rack.
Do you check your calories, Jacob? Are you a calorie counter or the actual substance of the food?
No, I generally stick to about 1,600 to 2,000. I'm not counting. I know my diet now. So, yeah, I kind of know what I'm doing. Yeah.
You cock.
It's very hard to do 2,000 calories a day. It's very tough.
It's not easy.
It's very tough.
But you don't enjoy eating a lot. You enjoy
love eating.
No.
I
I know, but I'm saying you don't enjoy eating until you have a day where you're going to let yourself enjoy eating. You seem like a fuel eater.
It's not as fun during the week. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
is good.
But
And
cheat day,
I feel like your
uncork.
cheat day probably even sucks.
No, he
No.
uncorks.
Oh, he
he
does?
uncorks.
Okay.
Yeah, I was surprised
Yeah.
too.
All right, I didn't know if his cheat day was like we put a slice of cheese on the cutlet and we get
No,
crazy.
It's like
No,
several baked things that he bakes.
Okay.
And then I'll eat the entire cake.
Because I plan my cheat day with a spreadsheet. like a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. And that's the problem. As soon as I go on a diet, I just Google places to go on the cheat day for 5 solid days.
Oh, but I'll tell
bad.
you what. The night before you go to bed, before cheat day, though, you go to bed with a real like smile. Though
It's Christmas.
You're like, this is going to be great.
It's
Like,
Santa
tomorrow,
Claus.
tomorrow I'm going to fuck shit up. I'll tell you what I've done though, and this is probably for the best, is I've guilted myself just in whatever psychosis I have that's made me hate my body so much and not looking in mirrors and all freaked out by this shit. Is that now on cheat day though, I try to make it almost now like a cheat meal. I've done obviously more than a cheat meal. I'm just saying, like, if I eat something in the morning, I've known that it upsets me like mentally for the rest of the day, and I'm like, I won't even eat that second shitty thing till like late night because I'm like, well,
No, the best way to do
I ate a fucking bagel.
Yeah.
It's like, for what? I don't even care about bagels.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that kind of shit.
Best way to do a cheat day is at one big meal around
Yeah.
like 4, 3,
Yeah.
4, late afternoon meal.
Crush it.
Crush it. Wake up at 11, eat at 4, bed at 9.
You want to talk about looking forward to it? Twice now. I went a month without 30 days,
No cheating.
no cheating. And then when that day hit, oh my God.
You went nuts.
Yeah.
But you went.
But it's the greatest meal of your life.
That sounded like a heroin addict.
Lou,
when
that's
that
got to be
day hit.
isolated. When that
When
happened.
that happened.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. And then I feel like the judge was like, okay, well, we're going to try to get you back in the program. You know? Don't let it get away from you this time. And you're going to see your daughter again, but we got to take some precautions to protect her, to protect you.
Tim, I'm happy you're here today because, do we have the email to bring up here at some point? Yesterday afternoon, we had seen an email that I received from a young lady who was very upset that the way we got breaking news last week about Cam Newton. While we were on the show, this all happened, right? Cam Newton comes out, he giggles at a girl, a woman, a female, who was asking questions about football, which is hilarious.
Right.
When you're asking technical questions about football.
Right.
She's very angry that I acknowledged it's kind of funny to hear.
Right.
The points I'll make to her, I'll save some of these points, I think, for when I speak to her.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be real receptive.
She's not. One thing's for certain, this phone call, we are not going to change her mind.
Right.
But in reading you this email, I think you'll gather why this is going to be a pretty easy argument. But I'm excited to speak to her. What is this here? This is the email? You just put it out there? Okay. Listening to the OCAM encore episode on Sirius XM tonight. You guys disgust me. And I got to say this, I got to always shout out an apology to our good friend Dan Soder.
Right.
He gets roped in. We had someone a long time ago was furious, wanted us fired for using the word retards. I believe I'm the one who said retards. Things like Dan gets sucked into a lot of my... I go willy-nilly for the funny.
Right.
I'm not worried about upsetting him because I'm just trying to be funny.
Right.
And if anyone gets upset, my excuse simply is like, I was just trying to be funny.
Right.
No, I don't hate women. I don't hate black people or anything else. Like, I don't hate anybody. But I'm just trying to say the funniest shit. But Soder gets wrapped into that a lot. Soder, I think, understands maybe playing ball a little more.
Of course.
Than I do, which is good. But He goes, you discussed me. Do you really think Cam gets held to a higher standard than... She means to anybody. Do you think Cam gets held to a higher standard that nobody can be held to, like you said? He's spoken to female journalists before and has had specific media training, like all college and NFL players get. Now, how dumb that... Now, by the way, they're right. They do train. Because you have to train a human being to go against his nature and not laugh at a pretty girl asking you intense football logistic questions.
Right.
So they have to go, it's like, listen, also sometimes, like, you might have, like, a burn victim who's asking you questions, and you can't look up at the question and go, "Go!"
Right.
Of course. I get it, and I guess you're not supposed to laugh at a girl asking your voice. But he had I thought it was almost an adorable reaction to it. I don't think he hates women. I stand by all of that.
Yeah, we don't always need to be on war footing.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody's on war. They're ready to go to war.
Everyone's already waiting. They're down the 3-point stance, getting ready to
100%.
We're getting ready for the hike.
Yeah,
and they really, it's awful. Do you think Cam gets held to a higher standard than nobody can be held to, like you said? He's spoken to female journalists. Got to this part. He was intentionally demeaning in the way he spoke to this journalist. False. Does anyone here have any different agree? Christine, you're a girl. Do you, Christine, you're a dumb chick. Do you, I'm kidding. Do you, think he was demeaning in any way? Does anybody stand behind that?
No, I think it was such a genuine reaction. And I think that it's not unfounded that he would feel that way.
She says demeaning. Also, what I find interesting that is that actually, what they don't keep showing in the footage, they keep showing him go. He goes, it's always funny hearing like a female talk to me about routes and stuff. Wow. And then he goes on to answer her question.
Yeah, and it's
the question she asked. They never show that. So he was demeaning. And demeaning how? He goes, he kind of giggled at like
he was having a human moment. He was not being that trained part. Like when she writes in that email, like they've all received training. It's like, is that really that's who you want to deal with?
A trained person versus talking to a person that's just being themselves?
Why don't you deal with a human being who has a human reaction, which is not always going to fall in the realm of what you consider 100% acceptable?
I mean, it's... I don't know. It's like, anyway, I think if the voice came from a fucking 3-year-old that was told to say something, he went...
Right.
That seems weird to me also.
Yeah.
You know, I said, and I've said this before, the only, specifically football, in regards to this, as far as a female journalist on football, it's the only sport that women don't also play.
You made a great point.
They don't play it at all, except in lingerie, which is demeaning.
Right.
I'll give you that. It's demeaning. If you want to say playing football, because if those girls believe they're going out there to be athletes, no one cares, but everyone's waiting to see a titty pop out. So that you want to call that demeaning, absolutely. But I'm not ahead of the
technically, dogs play it in the puppy bowl. You know what I mean? So it's like if a retriever asked Cam Newton about routes, it would potentially be more, you know?
He goes, oh man,
it's always weird
funny to me
when a puppy asks me, a cute ass puppy asks me about routes.
Cute ass puppy. Look at this. Look at the lingerie football league. By the way, they're leveling each other, but no one respects it enough to say just play it in normal clothes. You see, I mean, they're trucking each other. They're playing pretty rough football, but the world doesn't like. And these girls agree to play lingerie football,
right?
So that's not my fault. Look at them fist fighting; it's great.
I got to be honest. I think the lingerie here has definitely added something.
The commissioner, Q World Star, died. Look at that! Yeah, just sticking their assholes on each other's helmets. These girls are great.
Yeah,
I like these girls. I think the sport is great. But again, I don't think there's any problem with what Cam Newton did.
Right.
Then also considering. Here we go. And Kevin from Florida says they went through the reporter's Twitter timeline, and she said racist things.
Right.
If we could bring up the racist things, her racist tweets, that'd be fantastic too.
Right.
These are you're looking to make somebody racist.
Right.
So whereas I'm not defending her and like you stop playing, what happens is someone gets in your ear. With these situations, this girl reporter, I can almost and look, I can't make a guarantee, but this is how I feel. And if anyone has an argument to how this could be different, somebody got behind her right afterwards and goes, "Oh my God, you were just victimized by that guy. He just trivialized you and put you in a corner and trigger, all that shit."
Yeah,
you got to make a big stink about it. So she does, makes the thing about it, and then it becomes like this, he was so sexist to me and treated me, he was demeaning to me, and then it comes, and then the next day I wake up in a hotel room to Now this woman is a racist.
Right.
And I went and looked at the tweets, and you're just like, she's not racist and he's not sexist. But you said we're always on war footing.
Everybody wants to go.
Everyone's ready to be in a fucking, because no one feels important enough doing their regular fucking job.
Right.
Everybody wants to be bigger than I'm making a difference myself, my individual.
Yeah.
It's the whole belief in my whole belief in no belief in a God.
Right.
Because we're too insignificant for someone to care about all of us.
Yeah.
The same way you can care for that one ant you found that you decide to love.
Right.
But you'll step on a pile of ants if you're running, not even thinking about it.
Yeah, and it's not like
there's not love.
It's not like this is kind of like, remember there was a picture like maybe a couple of weeks ago, it went around Facebook. It was like 3 good-looking first responders, like it was like the 3 hot cops, and then they couldn't just leave that alone, right? They had to dig through their Facebook, and it did turn out that one of them was legitimately like anti-Semitic.
That's
so
great.
they were like 3 hot cops, and then a guy would be tweeting. He's like, I love reading. He's like, here's another Jew joke, but it was like, and then like you were like, okay, well that's there's people are telling jokes.
Whatever,
Then it got like weirder and weirder, and you were like, this is. But it's also like, yeah, but all you knew about the dude was that he was a good-looking guy. If that had been 3 women that were like, here's the 3 hot cops, and they were being totally objectified over their bodies, it would have been an uproar. But it was like, okay, it was 3 dudes, and people were like, oh, it's just good-looking dudes.
It's just a choosing. It's a major double standard. It's a choosing who to feel bad for, and no one. What straight white men are the victim of is being like straight white men today. Like everyone's angry at you for just being that thing, which is fucking ridiculous.
Right.
And I'm not for the trivialization of anybody.
That's why I became gay. I knew this was coming. Like I saw this was coming.
You were on the front lines, Dylan, when no one else.
You know what I mean? And it still doesn't help. Like I'll still be like, I'm gay. They'll be like, shut your straight white mouth. I'm like, all right. Well,
you got to zhuzh up your gayness a bit.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They're like, will the oppressor please sit down? All right.
But it's, you know what it is? Like, I don't know what creates this thing. I was talking about this with Dave Smith earlier today about like the keeping out of everything. Like, we're losing, I think, like the core concept of what like all this like free shit is. So it's like, I think you should never not hire somebody who's best for the job because they're a tranny, because they're anything. You know, I'll use that as an extreme example because someone who's like, maybe even looks a little, it's like, wow, you can see it's like a guy, you know what I mean? Who's like now like going through a thing, it can look odd at times.
Sure.
And I can't say if they're the best person for the job, I think you should hire them.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should have to hire them because they're transgender. That sounds fucking ridiculous to me. So if you want to run a business and you don't want to hire black people, or if you or own a black, you're a black company owner. I almost couldn't say it. I didn't believe it. No, I'm kidding. If you're a black Lou, I love you so much. Black Lou is like, I really could look over my shoulder. He laughs at everything. That's called a good spirit right there. That's someone who gets it, Black Lou. I think like the forcing people to do things. Yeah. Like a black owner of a business, if he goes, I want to make this all black run. People actually go, yeah. Right. Which thing goes, but by the way, I'm like, sure. Right. Do that. Yeah. But it's the people who go, yeah, for that it's like, can you believe that? And then this white person won't even hire a tranny.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the difference?
It's also like the type of business. Like, nobody's being like, hire that transgender pilot, who has no experience. Or like, I want the doctor operating on me not to be the most experienced. I want a black transgender doctor. I will not have this operation unless it is a black transgender. You know what? I want a Native American transgender doctor. I'll sit here and bleed until you get one. Go. It's
like no one's racist if you need like a heart transplant, and the guy who just died in a car accident is a black dude, and you're a racist, and you take that fucking heart. In that moment, you're facing that moment. You're like, I'd rather I wish it was that dramatic, but it ain't. Are these her racist tweets? Yeah.
Yeah, they're not even really racist tweets.
I mean, she writes.
It just has the word in it.
Yeah, about her dad. Yeah, my dad is being super racist as we pass through Navajo land. He's the best. Racist jokes the whole drive home. No problem with that. And there's one more. There's another thing she says. She actually says the word like nigga or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, the Earth moves at 450 miles per hour. That's 10 times triller than NASCAR's Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt's a bitch nigga. Like, playfully with him. She's a sports reporter.
Right.
It's clearly playful. Whatever. I get it if he goes like, well, that's a bit... Sure, it is, I guess, in her world. Fine. But like, That's it? She's just a racist now?
What about this one?
What the fuck?
What about
man?
when she tweeted, "I love Adolf Hitler"? It seems slightly.
It was the third day of her period.
Right.
Heavy flow. Let's go back to the. Hang on.
Let's go back to that email.
Yeah, let's get back to that email.
Which was okay.
Oh, wait a second. Is this Luke in Canada? Is this the Canadian military you're talking about? Luke says that the military is forced to take a course on gender fluidity. Luke, you there?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
The Canadian military?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, they're not doing anything, so they should take
all kinds of courses.
A lot of courses.
You guys should be taking Geometry 3.
They're literally not doing it. It's literally a college. Like, that's literally a college.
That's hilarious. On gender fluidity, what do you mean? Like, to not be weird if somebody walks in the room, like, that has, like...
Exactly.
Is wearing, like, mascara and has a big old fat hog?
Exactly.
Gotcha. What were you going to say, Luke? I'm sorry.
I just wanted to point that out, that you guys are saying that everybody's at the warpath, and so they're trying to be frontliners in this and say, hey, look how progressive we are. You will all understand what these people are going through, and you will identify them as they see fit.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's far. I'm going to get back to this email. Thank you for the call, Luke.
Thanks.
Absolutely, brother. Where are we here? He was intentionally demeaning. The way you think he's never heard a female talk about routes in his entire life? Maybe, but it dawned on him that time that he heard it.
Yeah.
He was thinking about it. He was in the pocket in that moment.
And I think he said it always, so I mean, I'm sure it has happened before.
You know what's funny? He did say that.
Right?
Yeah, it's always funny. Exactly. You're funny when you're just about us now. You're funny when you're, I guess me. You're funny when you're joking around your show. But to say women only have book smarts about football is insulting and demeaning. It's the truth. Like, these girls aren't playing football growing up. They can only get the smarts of it that they're learning from reading about it or watching it or whatever.
And her next line says, you don't have to be a football player to understand the nuances of the game. No, but then how would you understand the nuance? By reading, potentially,
book smarts.
You know what I mean? Or watching television or reading a magazine.
I'll give you Neanderthals time to Google nuances, which I did, and I'll tell you that nuances mean it's like small little things.
Yeah, I like that she capitalized Neanderthals. Good job.
Yeah, well,
we're
from a time.
Right.
It's a proper noun.
Is it? In that, I don't know.
I'll give you Neanderthals.
I don't know if that's a proper noun there, but
I'm just going to blanket it and say she called me the N-word.
Right.
She called me the N-word now. Oh, real nice. Real nice lady.
We're going to look at her tweets.
She'll give us time to Google nuances. It's a big word. But not Neanderthal? I'm surprised she didn't get to us to Google Neanderthal. You and your cavalier attitude make me sick. Men like you are the reason for the stereotypes of women, and you only encourage the wage gap in America. Yes. Women can and do understand football and are as intelligent as any man out there. Absolutely true.
Okay, yeah. No one said they weren't.
True. Never argued that ever.
Cam Newton never said they weren't.
Nope. Come on, Cam. Come on. Cam should be held to a higher standard. Higher standard. Anyone who makes the kind of money he makes and receives the level of media attention he does should absolutely be held to a higher standard. Not true. It's funny. You hired him to be him. You hired him to be a quarterback. You know what I mean? It's funny when you guys are obviously being humorous, but when you talk like you did and are serious about it, that's a problem. Hoping you guys take a time out to think about the ramifications of what you say. You should be held to a higher standard as well. By the way, Jay, my husband noted by the looks of you, the only routes you'll ever run were to the buffet line. Now that's funny shit, she says.
Wow.
Give me a call sometime. Now,
wrong.
Love it.
Wow.
But I love that because, like fucking most dumb broads, if you let them yammer on their bullshit, they will eventually dig their own fucking graves for their stupid twat faces. This dummy just discounted everything. The trivializing and the putting us in a corner and blah, blah. Hey, fatso. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, I wish you fat asses would take some time and think about what you say, you lard asses.
I can't believe this Tardo has agreed to get on the phone with us, but she has.
I'm shocked she doesn't have better things to do.
So what we're going to do is take our first break, and then I'm going to dismantle a retard on the phone.
Wow.
So get your Twitters ready, everybody. It's going to be a letter writing day on the Bonfire. I'm hanging out with Tim Dillon. We'll be right back.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, that's America's favorite billionaire, Dr. Dre. That's right, everyone. We all bought his headphones. Male, female, black, white, gay, straight.
All genders?
All genders. But we're okay, I guess, with the entertainment of bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks, huh? Oh, it's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big J. Oakerson sitting in with me today. Tim Dillon. Danny Soder is off. I believe today they're filming the scene where Axe Capital takes over the world.
Yes.
And then I think there's some sort of an alien thing. I think Stephen King wrote this episode.
It'll be very exciting.
Very, very exciting for Soder. He's right now. There's filming scenes on a set of UFO.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
If you watch the show at all.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Nice. We have Soder clips. I didn't know we had Soder clips. Tim Dillon, of course, is going to be headlining Hilarities in Cleveland Wednesday, October 11th, and Sunday, October 15th. In between that, he's going to be there. You're going to be there working with him.
Michelle Wolf this weekend, very funny.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Wednesday and Sunday, that's where the party is.
It's true.
Also, he's going to be doing his tour bus show as part of the New York Comedy Festival in November. Get tickets for that and all Tim's shows at timdilloncomedy.com. We were talking before the break. I read you this email.
Yeah.
You told me you vehemently agree with everything said in it. No, we're getting something. What's some of the feedback, Christine? Sarah McPants, who I just adore, said he was immediately dismissive. This is about Cam Newton, she was saying?
Well, she sent this before you read the email, and then she sent this after the email. So she's saying she doesn't necessarily agree with what Cam Newton said, but she definitely doesn't agree with the woman that wrote this email.
I also think he was dismissive only in the sense that he answered the question. Do you know what I mean? If dismissive would have been like, let a man ask. I mean, that's dismissive. I mean, I think he was like just taken back by a girl asking the question. I get it, whatever. Like these dudes are attacked for being dudes at all, But Sarah, I love Sarah McPants. She knows that, and she said, yeah, she doesn't stand behind this this lady at all here. We have her. I'll give her all credit in the world.
Yeah.
Her name is Cheryl. She will let us get her on the phone today, and I'd like to hear her speak her mind, because I have an outside belief. Cheryl's going to be like, I was just trying to get, I love you guys, and blah, blah, blah. Or maybe she's going to come and argue these points. Either way,
I think she's going to go in.
You think she's going to dig in?
I think so.
You think she's getting in? She's getting her feet in the sand a little bit now?
I think so. Wouldn't it be funny if you started talking to her and she started singing "Bitches Ain't Shit"?
When we pick up the call, if it's just like right away, she goes, "Sorry guys, I'm just jamming out."
Yeah, and you just catch her.
But sorry guys, or just something super like whatever that song from what's the song American History X, right? We're taking back the government, Jew by Jew by Jew,
and the white man marches on. Please don't use that as a clip. Thank you.
I was laughing over. We might be all right.
Do not use that as a clip.
I'll only call her Cheryl. I said I want to blow up her spot. Cheryl, you're on with the Bonfire. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm okay. We had to hold off on this yesterday. We never get around to it. Plus, we wanted to make sure you were able to get on the phone here. So we just, I don't know if you've been listening to this show at all, but
I'm not.
I
don't listen to you often, but when I'm bored, I'll turn it on.
Cool. Well, that's all right. That's what we're here for, to fill up time.
I'm just going to be honest. You guys are funny, though.
That's fine. We're here for when you're bored. That's the whole point. You seem very angry in this thing. You say some harsh comments. You try to make some strong points. I think you fall short on a lot of them. And then at the end, you go on a personal attack to me, which is fine.
I didn't go on the personal attack. My husband did.
Oh, that's sure.
I just said what my husband said.
Right.
I thought it was really funny.
Right. But if I said to you that, did you hear Cam Newton just laughed at a fucking chick for doing what she said? Like, now that's funny? It's the same thing, right? Like, you're recounting something someone said to put in there. It's taking a shot at the end of something where you're trying to make a point about people being trivialized or insulted, and then you end it with an insult. Don't you think that kind of makes your whole thing fall apart a bit, Cheryl?
I don't. I think
I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would.
Well, I think that we can all laugh at things, and I was laughing at it. And if you're not laughing at it, and it really hurts your feelings, does it?
Yeah.
Does it really hurt your feelings? If it does, I'd be happy to apologize.
No, I know, but why would you think it doesn't hurt my feelings?
I'm sure you get a lot of shit said to you all the time.
So that shouldn't hurt my feelings because a lot of people make fun of my weight. It shouldn't upset me.
Let's get to the point. Did it hurt your feelings?
Sure.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have went there.
But what does that have to do with anything? Why did you think? Why are you so judgmental over Cam Newton for doing something?
Cam Newton has played football since 2011.
Okay, but he apologized. Is it all forgiven and forgotten because he apologized?
He did apologize, but he did not apologize immediately. I feel like the only reason he apologized, she went to the locker room afterwards and he didn't apologize to her.
Right.
I think it was just because it was publicized.
But you've had several days. But you've had several days to say, "Hey, you know what? I shouldn't have wrote that at the end of that letter."
I didn't know it hurt your feelings. She went and confronted him, and he didn't apologize.
Okay, but I mean that's just.
Had you sent me an email back going, "Wow, Cheryl, that was really low."
But why do I have to tell you? You don't know how things work. Like you don't know insulting people can hurt their feelings. The point is, Cheryl, my feelings aren't hurt. I like that you did it because it just kind of proves the point that your whole basis of your argument is just falling apart from the get-go. Go up to the beginning of the email. I'd like to take this step by step.
No, I don't have a problem. I have a problem with what you guys were saying about it.
Which is what?
Which is the fact that I don't know who mentioned it, but I only came in on the middle of your show, so I didn't hear the entire thing.
Well, so it's a good thing you wrote a very informed email about it.
No.
If somebody said, I would never say Hitler had some good ideas, and you walked in the room when they were just saying the part of the sentence, Hitler had some good ideas, would you start an immediate email campaign, or would you try to find out all the information first?
How would I find out all the information?
I don't know. Why would you write an email if you didn't have all the information?
Cheryl, do you think he was intentionally...
No, wait.
Do you think he was intentionally trying to demean the reporter? If you watch him, the way he laughed, do you really read that as an intentional way that he was trying to demean the reporter, or just kind of like a human reaction that he probably was just having a moment that he admitted something very honestly, and it just, in hindsight, it wasn't maybe the best thing to say, but do you really think he was trying to demean the reporter?
At first, when the story came out, I did not think that. I thought, wow, that was just really a stupid thing to say, and I'm glad he backtracked. But after I got thinking about it and knowing that football players, from the point of playing college football, get specific media training, and I'm sure once he was in the NFL, he even got more training, and the fact that he's been in the public eye for so long. I mean, he's been in football. He's played since 2011.
You think you should? You think media training has to? You think media training should make you have to not giggle if you find something like odd or funny? Don't you think if he has to take training to do that, it's a ridiculous thing to ask of somebody?
I'm not saying. I guess what I'm saying is, with his training, you would have thought that he would have kind of at least been on guard a little bit with what he says, and thinks a little bit more deeply before he just kind of let it fall out of his mouth when he's talking to a lot of people in a huge audience. I mean, I'm not saying his apology wasn't authentic.
If you said it's funny, if I said it's funny to hear a 12-year-old girl talk about butt fucking, wouldn't you be like, it kind of is weird? She can do it, right? She has every right to do it. But isn't it weird if she does it? I use the example on stage all weekend because I talk about this a lot. If I stood up, I have tattoos, I'm fat, as me and your husband know. If I stand up at a Mary Kay conference and said, like, I have some questions about the blush and the rouge contouring for bringing out my cheekbones, and I mean, you don't think people in that room are going to let, and how ridiculous that is? It is ridiculous. They probably think it was a jackass stunt or something if I did that.
No, they may just think, hey, let's think about a minute about this. They may just think maybe you're getting ready to transition. And you really have those questions.
And everyone in the room is prepared to deal with that in a sense of being like just a straight face, like, well, look at this. Someone's getting ready to transition.
I'm glad we've gone from the obese to throwing transgender people under the bus now.
I've been trained for 7 years about it. The problem I had was more with your comments.
But what are my comments? You're not really saying what they are. You just keep saying, you guys disgust me. That's what I'm reading.
No, I was very pointed in the email. I said, I thought that, and if the comment was serious, which I'm assuming it was, which I don't know who said it, but someone said, yeah, I mean, women have book smarts about football, but they don't really know it.
No, you didn't say no. You said nuances, and then you told me to look it up, which I did, and now I have a very a good answer for you. They can only have book smarts about it because they don't play the sport.
Women do play football.
Well, yes,
it or not.
I know. When they have to have I'd have to have a big rally to high school to let some girl be a kicker, and then she gets hurt and doesn't want to play football anymore.
Yeah,
actually in Michigan we have a pretty good female quarterback.
Okay.
Here in Michigan right now.
Do you think it would make sense to put her in the NFL?
If she wanted to play, I don't see why not.
You don't see why not? You think she should get her head knocked? I mean, really? That's crazy. Do you think that they should put a guy who shoots 90% on three-pointers in a wheelchair? You think he should be in the NBA?
That's a lot different.
Well, I think the relative size of men and women is an issue in a contact sport like football, Cheryl.
Organic strength.
Right?
The strongest woman is nowhere near the strength of the strongest man. Just a fact. And I can't have a baby. That's the pain I have to live with.
Even though it looks like you're having a baby.
Even though it looks like
at
one.
At that buffet, you fat fuck.
Did I say that? No, I didn't say that.
Your husband said it.
Right.
You've thrown him and trannies under the bus so far today.
Right. My husband has all my fat insults. He writes my fat material.
Honey, I'm getting ready to talk to a fat person. You got anything in the pocket for me?
No, and I think, maybe, I don't know, maybe women would have women's NFL football. I don't know.
Absolutely. I have no problem with that. By all means. I'm saying in the world as we're at right now, a woman's strict knowledge of football has to come from the book smarts of it. Or lingerie football, if we're watching in the background, which I'll be honest with you, I'd go watch lingerie football.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So every man who talks about football, like they know what they're talking about, has played football.
No, some guys are gay.
You know it. Exactly. Then you know that's bullshit.
No, not every man has
You're giving a total bullshit argument.
Wait, what are you saying? Every man has book smarts. Yeah, okay. But what do you mean? A lot of reporters on football are former players themselves. Or people that get involved in it because they are players themselves.
You're saying just because...
Listen, nobody of any...
don't know anything... Women don't know anything about football because they haven't played.
I didn't say that. I never said that. I didn't say they don't know anything. I said all they can know is like the book smarts of. There are women who know. Listen, I played Madden football every year. It comes out. Why I don't like playing with someone like Soder, who's played organized football before and I have not, is because I don't understand. I just pick a defense that like the computer kind of picks for me because I don't know the fucking difference on defense. I don't know. I've never played. There are women out there that can talk circles around me technical football. Absolutely. I'm just saying, if I knew technical football and I stood up to Cam Newton and asked him a question, it wouldn't seem as weird to him as a pretty girl in a voice asking like, do you think when Curly goes up there and hits those hard routes and he's using like the slang and vernacular of the sport, it struck him. And by the way, he answered her question.
Maybe you guys need to get used to the fact that pretty girls have brains too, and they can understand.
Who's saying anything besides that?
Cheryl, nobody who is writing about football has a brain, man or woman. Like nobody, like the journalists that are smart.
Football has a brain. I think is what you meant to say.
Yeah, but Cheryl, how are you arguing about a pretty girl having a brain? What does that have to do with that? I don't even know if she's pretty. I didn't look at her yet. But what do you mean about her?
You're the one who said she was good looking or she was pretty. You need to rewind here.
I didn't see her at all. I don't think I saw her.
You need to go back and rewind what you just said.
Everything I keep saying that says that she was a pretty girl. I didn't see her. I don't have a personal opinion on her looks at all.
People are speculating maybe Cam Newton was kind of like doing just a flirty thing. Yeah. You know, that was speculation.
I don't even know if it was that, but a pretty girl with a brain.
That's not a good way to get in someone's pants.
Would a pretty girl with a brain exist? I mean, like, yeah, somewhere. but so does Sasquatch.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. There's plenty of... Shut up, Cheryl. There's plenty of pretty...
Neanderthalism. Right there.
Spell that, Neanderthal.
Wraps it up.
Is that the nuance?
Beautiful. I'm serious.
I love Dan clips.
You're
Dan's
so beautiful.
I'm not saying anything about her being attractive and being smart. Of course, there's smart women who are attractive and vice versa. I mean, of course. What is that? Where am I saying anything besides that? I didn't say she can't be smart about football. I'm saying you're trying to take away the organic nature that having a woman ask you a hyper-technical question about football isn't something that might catch you off guard a little bit.
And listen,
you're right. He's lost millions of dollars because he had an organic, like, that's kind of fun. The same way if he chuckled, if a little kid goes, "What's with coming on the face?" You're like,
right.
I don't know, you're not supposed to know about
and
that.
And Cheryl, maybe if we had
See, as a social worker, that one, my first reaction would not be to laugh. It would be, wow, this kid may have either A, saw porn, or B, is being abused.
Well, you're a social worker. You're seeing too much horrors in the world. That's the problem.
Yeah, Cheryl, we're not social workers. And maybe in 30 years, if there's a women's football league, like there won't be human reactions like this because things will have changed. But as of right now, don't you think that it's a little ridiculous for a guy to lose millions of dollars in endorsements and for everybody to kind of be on war footing about kind of an innocuous comment that he made?
That's my point is that you're raking him over the coals. Like, why can't things take time to develop? Again, as I said, I'm all for. I think I don't care if the entire reporting team on a football show is women. That means it's inconsequential to me. I'm just saying if you go like, that's odd. You're going, you piece of shit. You think that's odd to have? Yeah, absolutely. That's odd. It's an odd thing, but all right, great. Maybe it won't be odd soon, and then it becomes part of the fucking thing. Tim is a gay man.
Right.
Tim is a gay man. The acceptance on gay, the change in the last 20 years has been fucking insane.
Cheryl, when I was a kid, I was a little actor. I was a child actor. My parents put me in a dance class, and I was a little fat kid, and I would flop around in like a leotard, and people were visually disturbed by it. And people would say, "Hey, isn't that funny?" Every time.
Why are you laughing, Cheryl? Shouldn't you feel bad for him?
Right. Every time
he's laughing about it.
Every time a fat guy does a pirouette, I'm kind of taken back. Can't we give the benefit of the doubt to people and not really have these rigid guidelines and let people have human moments and all evolve and grow together?
How do you feel the fact that you're defending a racist tweeter?
Wait. Let me respond to that. Yes, we can. However, when you're making the kind of money he's making, and you need to think a little harder. And
you're showing your ass, though. What does millions of dollars make him different?
He could have lost his endorsement because that's a natural consequence of what he did.
Why does making money make him... You keep saying that, like, if somebody's making money, they're held to a higher standard. Why not have standards or not have them? Why have rich people be held to them and other people not? I don't understand. If he can offend someone being a rich guy, certainly somebody who's not making the money can offend someone as well.
That's true. That's very true. However, because maybe not because he makes so much money, but because he plays football and he's very well known, he has more of an impact by what he says than other people. And the way to punish him making a lot of money, is to take away some of that money.
But what about this deserved him? But he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to that woman. He literally chuckled and answered a question. He chuckled off and answered her question.
I guess we need to leave that to her. I mean, if she felt...
It's almost my point. So if she...
degraded...
So here's the thing. If she took that with a grain of salt and said, "Oh, don't get mad, Dad. No, it's kind of funny. You know, I'm a girl asking questions here in a room full of dudes at a press conference for a football game." I get it. If she said that, am I being called fat in an email or no?
Say that again?
I said if this woman who was destroyed by Cam Newton's words... if her initial reaction was like, "Yeah, no, so what?" He like chuckled. I get it. It's like I'm a girl asking a question. I'm standing up in between five.
You guys don't really get the point of my email. It was more to do with your reaction to it.
Just the fact that you think girls can have an intricate working knowledge. Generally speaking, women have a general intricate working knowledge of football from playing it on the inside.
No. Obviously, the question to that is no, because you're the one who told me that.
Yes, how about this? Does it make you feel any better for me to say? Does it make you feel better? Make you feel better if I say right now I have pretty much only book smarts about football? I never played organized football in my life.
Why would that make me feel any better?
Because you seem to think that was an insult when I said that about her. I'm going to throw the odds here that this girl's never played professional or college or high school football in her life. I'll go by way of saying that. I also only have book smarts.
I guess maybe we don't agree on the point.
I'm saying I would sound silly asking questions too.
Really know what you're talking about. That's where we disagree on this. I think I don't think that you necessarily have to have played and been there in the trenches to know what you're talking about.
So why does I understand that? But I'm not arguing that she shouldn't be a reporter. I'm not arguing that at all. I'm saying you're mad at this guy for having a reaction that was just an organic reaction. And where about this? I'm saying you're saying this disgusts you, and I'm helping make the wage gap. How is that possible?
How is that possible? Because this is the way I saw it. I saw it as you guys talking about the situation, and you're saying, she's never played football. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
What if I tell you for whatever her publication is, she's the best person for the job?
Let me finish my point.
Please.
No, so what I'm saying, it's okay. Go ahead. I feel like I'm in a losing game. So you
sure are. But how would you say, Cheryl, if I told you that maybe that woman, I won't argue that if you go for that company, whatever she works for, whatever, she's the best person for the job. Person all around. This woman is the best person on the job. I believe that could be the case. I'm defending Cam Newton like isn't a piece of shit sexist blanket statement because he chuckled at a pretty girl standing up with a bunch of bald fucking fat or ex-NFL players standing with their hands raised to ask the next question, and the girl gets the thing and goes, I have a question about these routes. I'm fighting his defense. I'm fighting for him being able to have an organic reaction to that and not be penalized.
You know how many female reporters he's come in contact with in his career in football?
How do you know?
A lot, because I watch football every weekend, and I see female journalists all the time.
I know. Did you ever see that one get hit in the face with football? It's the funniest thing that's ever happened on live television.
But let's say he does. Let's say that he does come in contact with female reporters all the time. Maybe he's just genuinely remarking that every time somebody asks him a question that's incredibly intricate about football, it surprises him. And again, it might not have been the best thing.
Well, if it surprises him every time, then he needs to get smacked in the F.
Listen, Trump is
now you're advocating violence, Cheryl.
Now you're saying he should be attacked?
He's just an idiot.
Now you're advocating violence.
Let's be honest about Cam Newton. Cam Newton was caught 3 times.
This is going to get racist real quick.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Let's be honest about those people.
I did not.
These wood boogers are getting paid millions of dollars to throw a goddamn ball.
Yeah. I said he. I guess I just, when you can see a person's character by the things they've done in the past.
And the color of their skin. Keep going.
No, I did not say that.
Mostly their sexuality, though, but go ahead.
Yeah.
No, he was caught in college 3 times for academic dishonesty.
Oh, who cares? Cheryl, who gives a shit?
I mean, Cheryl.
He's a football player. What does he work at NASA? He fucking cheated on a test. That's not his talent in life.
Cheryl, who's your team? Who's your football team?
Cheryl, as a social worker, whose lives are you making better? You know what I mean? I feel like you're creating more problems.
Not yours.
No,
That's
Cheryl.
Hilarious. She was in a household. She goes,
yeah.
Hey little girls, does your dad trivialize you and put you in a box emotionally?
Yeah.
He goes, I think so.
Yeah.
He probably does.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's put you in foster care.
Who's your favorite team?
Detroit Lions. I'm in Michigan, that's why.
I promise you, Matthew Stafford had somebody take a couple of tests for him when he was in college. That doesn't make you upset because he's a white quarterback. I get it now. Now I'm back on your team, Cheryl.
This is what it is.
White quarterbacks. The thinking man's position. Even Black Lou signs off on that.
This is me in dance. People should be able to react to that and go, hey,
Tim,
that's surprising.
Hilarious.
That's hilarious. People should be able to say, oh, that's off-putting. That's surprising.
Tim, how old were you? You came out of the closet.
What? I was very masculine even there. It just doesn't look like it.
Oh, fucking shit.
Wait a second then. So you're
Cheryl, if you saw this picture, Cheryl, stop arguing. Cheryl, stop arguing. Just go look at this picture, and I promise you it'll put everything back into perspective for you.
Yes.
You're going to laugh hard at that little Tim in his fucking Mouseketeer outfit.
We're healing.
And just know.
Okay.
I was the Hey Mr. DJ. You know that Hey Mr. DJ?
Oh, yeah. You can get me started.
Yeah. Come on. I was the DJ.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was the DJ. So, Cheryl, if you look at that photo and somebody had a reaction like vomit or saying,
Or
this
giggling.
or giggling, I think it's appropriate.
Or asking if that kid's a little.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that men can't dance, but just seeing a guy in a costume with sequins and a midriff. God, how is my father alive? But seeing
He's not happy. Wherever he is, he ain't happy.
Oh, he ain't happy. He's hiding. But seeing that, I think people should be able to have an honest reaction to that.
You should. Listen, I've done plenty of things for like the laugh of like, I did a commercial before where my shirt's off, the jokes, fat guy, painted, green. I don't like those things necessarily, but I've done, you know what I mean? Like, we've all taken the fucking like shot on stuff like that. But you are allowed to have organic reactions. And if we're going to rake people over the coals for having organic reactions that aren't, there's no reason for that to be her. He answered her question. He didn't say anything shitty to her. He didn't.
Okay, do you agree or disagree with this?
Mm-hmm.
If there was a white quarterback who grew up, I don't know, somewhere where he never saw a black person,
I say stay in the pocket.
No. No, and a black person asked him a question when he was in a press conference, and he went, "Wow, I didn't know you black people could talk."
Well,
would people be okay with that? No, they
wait a
wouldn't
minute.
be okay with that.
Wait a
I didn't even.
Cheryl.
Can you translate that for me?
Cheryl, honey.
Yeah.
You're equating someone not realizing a race of people could talk and use words with someone being surprised that a woman asked an intricate question about football. Like that's
Even Stevens, if you ask me.
Those are two.
I guess
Yeah.
what I'm saying is if something was said about race, then it would have been a huge problem. I mean, it would have been 10 times the problem it was just because he was demeaning to a woman. Because demeaning a woman is kind of okay in this culture.
I don't think. I mean,
hold on, bitch.
He just
what?
lost.
No, I'm kidding.
He just lost millions of dollars. He lost millions of dollars. It's clearly not okay. He lost millions of dollars because of the optics. He didn't even demean, I think, a woman intentionally, but the optics of it made him lose millions and millions of dollars. It's clearly not okay in the culture.
Only Cam Newton knows if he was intentional or not.
Well, I mean, that's true, but we can all look at it and judge for ourselves. To me, it didn't seem like he was trying to demean her. It seemed like he was just kind of giggling, being a little silly, having fun. He didn't say, it wasn't a white guy saying, "Hey, I can't believe, black people can talk." That's a whole different thing.
I mean, that's the inside voice saying things like that.
What I was trying to get across was, had it been in reference to someone's race, this would be totally different, and I would have never gotten a call from you guys.
No, you're wrong about that. I'm telling you, these things, I think we're blowing it. Do you think she's a racist? Do you think the girl who got insulted that day was a racist?
Because that's the next thing. People are now trying to say that she's a racist because of her tweets.
I don't think she's a racist at all.
I think she's a racist. I think we're all racist to a certain extent.
Sure, I'll take that. I'll take that. But do you think she has racism that's like debilitating? So you believe like you shouldn't hire a racist to be a reporter, right?
Everyone is a little bit racist, so they would have a hard time finding.
Cheryl, you have a bad habit of forgiving yourself for something or changing the narrative to kind of meet what you want to meet. That's kind of the thing with the apology in the beginning of this conversation. You get very upset if people if they insult people that you have a problem with, but you insult outwardly, callously. That's why I like that you did that.
That's a really good point, and you know what? That's a really good point. I do that, but I guess when I say it, that's a really good point. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think you won this one, Jay.
Big J. Oakerson.
Cheryl, thank you very much. In closing,
princess, and I need to save you.
Well, let me take my victory lap here for a second. Cheryl, I'm glad you were able to turn it over.
To make it on your victory lap.
You were hoping that you were talking to a man who was able to sort out your ideas and get you back on the right track. Lou, my theme music, please.
I don't know about that.
Cheryl, thanks for calling. If you ever need me to fix your life again, you give me a ring. I love you.
Okay, love you too.
Goodbye. Hanging out with Tim Dillon here. We'll be right back. It's the Bonfire.
She was a crazy person. Wow, what an asshole.
And now, back to the bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
NWA knows how to treat the ladies. MC Ren, he don't fucks around. I thank Shaw for calling. She called in.
She was cooler than I thought.
She had the balls to do it. She folded at the end, and I can appreciate that. Someone who just says she was wrong. That's fine. Big J. Oakerson here. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. This is the bonfire. Dan Soder off shooting. I believe the scene today is Schwarzenegger makes a guest appearance.
Yeah.
And Dan is forced to kill an Eskimo.
Yeah.
I don't know the context.
Interesting.
Tim Dillon hanging out with me today. He's going to be headlining Hilarities in Cleveland Wednesday, October 11th and Sunday, October 15th. 2 chances to see him. Make sure you check him out. That club is absolutely great.
Yeah.
Pickwick and Frolic. Go down there, have a nice meal. Maybe you watch a preseason fucking Cavs game.
Yeah.
Then you swing on over to watch Tim Dillon at Hilarities. October 11th and Sunday, October 15th. He's also going to be doing his tour bus show, which I want to see so bad. I hope I'm in town for it.
I'll put you on.
I want to watch this so bad. Where you go around, explain what that is. You go around.
I go
the city.
around. Well, I used to do it as a job, and I would have it as a job. But when you're a tour guide in New York, you can't. There's certain things you can't say on the tour because there's children and there's adults and there's all kinds of people that will be offended by you talking about
football reporters.
Well, you're talking about like a Rockette being decapitated or the important shit. Yeah. The important. They want to be. They're like, how tall is the Empire State Building? I'm like, shut up. Now I can because I just rent a tour bus. But people buy tickets, and we do this crazy show, and I say everything I wanted to say.
Do you work off odd, real facts?
I work off...
Was a Rockette decapitated?
Absolutely. Well, she wasn't decapitated. She was left with a knife in her back in Central Park in the early 90s, and that's when people, even gritty New Yorkers, were like, this is a lot.
A Rockette?
Yeah. They were like, maybe we got to do something,
She's an ice princess.
So it's like, those are the things that I can say, and I talk about, all the rich people and all the criminals that are hiding all their money in fucking New York real estate and all that shit. So it's a lot of fun. We just have fun. And, listen, it's New York. You see shit on the street. That's the other thing, is like, you never know what's going to happen.
Sure. There's got to be some like real off-the-cuff stuff happening.
Yeah, you have no idea.
It sounds super fun. I know Christine's going. She's very excited.
It's going to be a lot of fun. TimDillonComedy.com. You can sign up, and I email you the link to get tickets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know that's going to be neat. So he's doing that as part of the New York Comedy Festival in November. Get your tickets at TimDillonComedy.com. Also, don't forget Dan Soder. He's not here, but he still has a career. God damn it. Support it. He's going to be at Laughs Boston October 19th through October 21st. That's an awesome club. It's an awesome place. Boston's such a great city for comedy. Get tickets for that and all Dan's shows at dansoder.com, and make sure you check out his new half-hour special as part of the stand-ups available right now on Netflix. Lou, any plugs? Nice. Just keep throwing it over to everybody else. DJ Lou's DJ Dead Rat. We got to make that happen soon, buddy. I'm very excited for it. We came in today talking about, I asked you about one of the topics I had was a bad tweet, not a tweet, text.
Yeah.
I sent to someone, like an autocorrect fucking your shit up.
Yeah.
I assume everybody in the studio's got some version of a story about that, but the one I did recently, and I asked you if you had, and you said you had a bunch.
Yeah.
Was, I had an Uber driver recognize me in Raleigh last weekend.
Yeah.
And like a dummy, instead of ever like, I'm never the person who goes like, come to the show. Like, just come to it.
Yeah.
You pay.
Right.
And support, so it looks better for me anyway. Yeah. Anyone I'm talking to in person, I would just go, please, let me get you tickets. What, 11 people? Let me see if I can work that out. Like, I'm that asshole. I mean, maybe it's a nice thing, but it always burns me sometimes.
That's hilarious.
But this guy, it was only 3. We had nothing to do with that. He's like, you get me 3 tickets for whatever. He texted me. I gave him my number. He texted me. I said, yeah, I'll get you all taken care of. And he never responded back. He didn't respond back right away, I should say. So a couple hours went by. The show's starting. I didn't know if he was. I just want to make sure there was no issues.
Yeah.
So I went to text him, you get in okay. Instead, it looks like after hours, what it auto-corrected to was, you get it on? I just asked him, he goes, hey, man, you get it on? Guys, girls, what's your thing?
Dude, you're hooking them up with tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, I got you in, man. Do you get it on or what?
Yeah.
Are we going to party? Do you guys like to party? I assume everyone's had the autocorrect is,
yeah.
Lewis used to have that joke about how important a comma is.
Right.
And it really is.
Amy Letterman had a good tweet once. She goes, she's like, I'm really over autocorrect humor. Aren't you gays?
That's actually really aren't you gays?
It was a great tweet.
It's never done anything that's been too damaging to me, but autocorrect, how many times do you have to rewrite something before it becomes part of the thing? Before it stops autocorrecting.
It's also interesting the words they think you're saying.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll tell you what I type
like,
too
hi,
much.
And it's like Hitler.
You know,
who do you think I am?
I swear to you, I was just going to say, very true story. If I put anything that starts with N, if I'm doing like night, like tomorrow,
yeah.
And as soon as I do NI, the middle one, the middle of the three auto responses that pop up,
right.
is always a nigga, like a bunch of A's. Like I do that a lot so it does give the connotation of humor. I'm just being funny here.
Right,
like this isn't racial, but it is funny how that pops up. So if someone's looking over my shoulder, like anytime I do that,
they're like, what the hell is this?
Let me text my friend Nigel. Let me tell Nigel to meet me tomorrow night.
I would love if that was like Harvey Weinstein's defense. He's like, listen, this is all autocorrect. This is all
fake news.
This is a miscommunication. Autocorrect.
He's going through it. We should dive into that right now, because is this sort of breaking news?
It's the last couple of days. You know, the New Yorker piece came out. Ronan Farrow wrote that whole, big account of all of these different, incidents, and I think that came out today or yesterday. It's pretty new.
Wow, man.
Yeah, right here.
And so this was in the pocket, like this thing to dethrone Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, this is like a big investigation they've done for a long time.
No authorities involved, just the New Yorker, the federal court of the New Yorker.
Well, I actually think the NYPD in a sting operation has him on tape. It's crazy.
Have you heard the audio yet?
No.
See, I haven't either, and that's what's out, right? There is audio of him coercing a girl.
Yeah, he's
now, before we find another Cheryl in the world, before I make any comments, I want to hear his audio because I want.
Right.
Before I even jokingly defend this guy, let's hear what happens.
Would it be funny if it's just him going, "You can't play football. What is wrong with you?"
Yeah, fine. Go fucking talk to one of those fucking football people or something. Then I don't give a shit what you do, bitch. You're not going to be in my movie.
Yeah, he's in deep. They just fired him. They fired him from his own company. That's a mind fuck,
Is that true?
Yeah, the Weinstein company fired him.
Yesterday he was fired.
Wow. Where the fuck have I been on all this?
Yeah.
Podcasting. That's so.
His brother is
everyone.
still there.
So who are the people? Who are the people making the actual accusation? Are they putting names to the people like I was attacked by this guy?
Well, yeah, it's like
is it all the way to attacked, or is it just coerced, or is it groped? Is it talk shit to?
There's rape. Some people said harassed.
Some people say it's forced, rape, sexual assault, and then there's some people that are like, he invited me to his hotel room, and he walks out of the bathroom naked with a boner, and he said to one of them, he goes,
"That's peacocking."
He goes,
"That's presentation."
Right
now, come on.
He goes, "It's
I do that at holidays just to show everyone who runs this place."
He goes, "It's like a Disney movie." To this Italian actress, and
Asia Argento.
Yes, and
by the way, she's such a person. Does he say Disney movie?
I think he said. He definitely says it. I don't know if it's her, but he says it to somebody.
I hope it's her because she's such a dark, Italian horror. Her thing, she has the big tattoo of the angel wings going up her pussy. She shows her pussy in a lot of things. She's very sexual.
It might have been a French actress, but I mean the actresses that we kind of know are Mira Sorvino, Ashley Judd, Rosanna Arquette. Paltrow has now came out and said that he was kind of
funny with her.
It was kind of because he's like, we're gonna have a meeting at the hotel, and they all show up like, oh, we're going for breakfast, and he's like, hey, can you come up to the room?
What was a meeting called forth on she got a fax from something from the Creative Artists Agency, and so she thought it was like a business meeting, and she got up there and he asked her to massage him, and she was able to kind of sidestep this.
I'm with CA. Can we do that at CA?
But she told Brad Pitt about it, and then Brad Pitt, because they were together at the time, and then Brad Pitt threatened Harvey, and it became like a thing on Gwyneth Paltrow of do not tell anybody else about this, and she said that he at the same time was encouraging and then also demeaning.
Where's Mark Wahlberg on all this? I can't wait for his comments there, because he really is he's like, hey, you don't treat a woman like that. You don't stand. You don't come to a woman and act like that. You don't touch her. You just work out really hard and she'll want you. I mean, literally, because he came out. I remember one time he came out with what's her face, because he's clearly one of the girls that didn't get Ted. Was clearly too much of a fat pig to get the role, but now she's blaming him. No, that's not the case. Maybe she did. What was her name? Jessica I want to see what she looks like. Jessica Barth didn't get the role.
Well, you know what's funny? It's not funny. It's horrible, but kind of funny. Is what he would do is like, if you refuse his advances, he would like roast you. He would just be like, "You better lose 30 pounds." It was like so demeaning. So if you wouldn't fuck him, you'd be standing there in the hotel room, and he's like, "By the way, you want to get competitive in this business, you better lose 25 pounds." And he's a fat slob, and he's just going at you in his bathrobe, yelling at you. It's like crazy.
Yeah, what is this person?
Gorgeous.
Someone said, I'm not sure what this even means. Jay in Bakersfield, I want to take this call. I don't know what he means.
Okay,
Jay, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here, dude.
What's up, buddy?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, nothing, man. You said that you were having some issues with like not necessarily autocorrect, but like the word, like it choosing the word that you're going to do when you're going on your keyboard.
Yeah.
It sounds like you need to go to your preferences, your settings on your cell phone, and you can turn off on your keyboard. It's called predictive.
Oh, so it doesn't fill in the word for me. That is what was happening there.
Yeah, and it'll stop. It'll stop saying shit you don't want it to.
But I mean, words like "get in," "okay" to do that, "get it on," like "okay" is like that should be in there. I feel like.
Yeah.
But thanks for the advice, Jay. I'll take that. I'll take you up on that. No more mistakes
no worries,
for me.
doggy.
Thanks, brother.
Later,
no
doggy.
word, doggy. It's a Louis J. Gomez reference.
Oh, is it?
Of course, he calls everybody doggy now. It's his new thing.
I told Louis Gomez, I said, if you have not priced out silk screening "I Stand with Harvey" shirts, you are slipping.
He is slipping.
I called him today and I said, if you have not thought about "I'm with Weinstein" shirts, then I mean,
what a seedy underworld though of this, because look at him also posing with all these people.
Well, he's a dirtbag, and people don't realize this guy's had enablers, many of the men, probably some of the women, let's be honest. And
you mean women that have been like, you can do whatever you want to me?
I mean, like lawyers and shit that, you know, everybody at the Weinstein Company that kind of knew what was going on, and I'm sure there's a culture of fear. Nobody wants to come out and say what he's doing. I mean, this guy...
How blatant you think it is that people know? Like, you think a secretary knows?
I think well, here's how blatant it was. Seth MacFarlane made a joke at the 2013 Academy Awards where he goes, "Hey, congrats to all the winners. You no longer have to pretend." Well, it was something like this. Congrats to everyone who won. You no longer have to pretend Harvey Weinstein's attractive. And the entire audience laughed. So this idea that nobody knew, which Meryl Streep is trotting out because she's contextually, like that's kind of, you get the joke, even if it's not like, you right.
know.
Could be, but contextually, I mean, listen, if they had said that about somebody else, it might not have hit as hard. I think the audience kind of roared because they knew this was a guy who was seen with a lot of different women. And listen, you know, people talk, and
Sure.
Meryl Streep comes out and goes, "Oh, by the way, I don't believe this." And I think if it was a thing, reporters would have wrote these stories, and the reporters were like, "No, we tried." But those stories got killed, and they got killed because people like George Clooney and Matt Damon made phone calls to these press outlets as character witnesses for Harvey Weinstein.
But now it says Matt Damon's one of the people who came out like and said something.
I mean, that I don't know, but I know that supposedly there's reporting that they were at one point character witnesses for him. I think that's what it was reported.
Let's see. Is this the audio?
Can we call Matt Damon and figure this out, please?
I think we're 3 degrees of separation from Matt Damon, quite honestly. Brian Koppelman knows him very well.
I'm telling you right now.
What do we have to do here?
Nothing. I'm going to take a shower. You sit there and have a drink.
Pause it. It's happening so fast, but I already love it.
This is a super... he's like a super villain, you know?
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing now? Come on now, touch it over there. Look up there. Whoa, what's that? Is there a paint job over there? I'm inside your pussy. Like, he just distracts her a bunch of different ways. Hey, what's this? Oh, is this a quarter behind you? I'm in your butt. Yeah. So this girl is... I can't argue this girl so far seems like she is not into hanging. And he's like, she goes, I don't want to... Wait, go back. I gotta see the text is great. It's terrible. But I mean,
Terrible,
like, I can't, I'm always blown away by the brazen nature of, I've never had money like that. I've never had money to be like, fuck you world.
This guy's a sociopath.
Someone will figure it out. Yeah, it could definitely make you a sociopath in some way. If you have those tendencies, it'll push you over the edge for sure, being that kind of rich. If you're leaning in a bad direction. Go, I just want to see what the actual things are. I'll tell you to pause it again. I'll say stop and go.
I'm telling you right now.
What do we have to
Pause.
do here?
He says, I'm telling you right now to get in here. She says, what do we have to do here? So I'm telling you right now, get in here. is he's asking her to come into a shower or a hotel room, I
She
guess.
seems very confused. Like, who is this?
Why are we outside of your room?
Right. This seems odd. Like, is this a maid in the hotel? What's
By the
going
way,
on?
could Harvey Weinstein look more like the guy who played the lunatic in the movie Identity with fucking John Cusack? Like, you know, that guy's in a lot of movies, that wiggly eye. You know what I'm talking about? Do you see the guy who played... I want you to bring him up and say these guys look exactly alike. What the fuck is his name? He's in a lot of movies. What was he just in recently? He was in something I saw. The Devil's something. But look at the movie Identity and the big fucking creepy bald guy. Christine is on it. But he says, I'm telling you right now, get in here. She goes, what do we have to do in here? So he's inviting her into a room or the back. He says he's going to shower, though. Yeah, that guy. I mean, it literally looks like the same exact guy. Am I right? With a beard. Put a beard on that guy.
And that's Harvey Weinstein.
Am I right, Jacob? Yeah, man. Looks like, if you told me that was that guy with a beard.
Yeah.
He always plays a beady-eyed lunatic.
Yeah.
In every movie he's in, he plays a lunatic. And that's what the guy who you got to pretend to like to get a movie is. That sucks. Oh, man. Well, anyway, so he says, come on, get in here now. And she's telling her to come in. She goes, what do we have to do in here?
Right.
I'm telling you right now, get in here.
I'm telling you right now.
What do we have to do here?
Nothing. I'm going to take a shower. You sit there and have a drink.
All right, I'm going to take a shower. You sit there and have a drink.
You sit there and have a drink.
He says water. He offers her water.
Yeah.
How cheap.
I don't drink. Can I stay on the bar?
No, you must come here now.
No.
Please.
You must come here now.
Jesus.
I gotta tell you why what I'm already amazed by this, man.
Yeah.
I am so the other direct, and I've talked about this a lot very recently. And I said when I go to cities, oil towns a lot.
Yeah.
I'm always taken back, a little impressed with the ability to know I'm a grizzly old 65-year-old, wealthy man. He goes, and of course this 29-year-old beauty next to me loves me for me. Like, there's no insecurity. So he's like, come on, babe. I'm like, I don't want to fuck a girl who's choking it down to fucking get something from me.
No, absolutely.
I think you feel that no matter what. If a girl doesn't want a fucking old grizzly man, she's not going to fuck an old grizzly man.
What turns this guy on, I think, is the hunt and the chase and kind of like the fear and how uncomfortable women are. Like, he's a legit monster. You know what I mean? Like,
it looks like it, man. It does not look good.
Yeah, this is for, like, when he's like, get in here, have a drink, sit down.
Dude, I'm just when a girl's like, I don't think, if a girl is like, if I'm like, hey, you want to come hang out or something, like, I don't think we should. I'm like, we shouldn't then. I'm so gross. Why don't I even try? You hate me.
This is like when I used to call my cocaine dealer and I'm like, I could be there in 15 minutes. He's like, I got to leave now. I'm like, 15 minutes, come on. Have a drink, sit on the couch, relax.
Tim, can I go to bar now? No!
No, please. Please don't.
So she's asking to go to the bar, I guess the hotel bar. This is a hotel, I'm assuming, to some degree. She's asking if she can wait at the bar for him, I guess, to take a shower is what's being presented here. He's saying, get in here. She says, no, I don't want to.
I'm not doing anything with you. Now you're embarrassing me.
I'm sorry, I cannot. No, yesterday was a kind of aggressive for me. I need to know a person to be touched.
I won't do a thing.
I don't.
If you got to keep informing someone you won't do anything this time.
Yeah. It's not.
No. If you got to tell someone you're not doing something this time, I'm going to put, this is going to be very unpopular. Get ready, Twitter. Why is she outside that room?
Well, it's a sting operation, so we'll give her.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we'll give her the.
Oh, this is a setup.
Yeah.
Totally sorry. Totally sorry. I totally retract that. No, you get what I was saying, though.
No, of course.
If the first time he goes, yesterday I didn't like too much touching yesterday for my taste, like, then why the fuck do you go there? And he is now dumb for falling for this sting.
Right.
In fact, the fact that she goes back after saying she was uncomfortable yesterday is almost kind of like, this girl's playing a game now. Why are you back outside my room? There's a little, something with stings, man, the way they do it. We talked about that with the, what was the show, Christine, we watched? The confession tapes thing on Netflix. Have you watched that at all?
No, but everyone says it's great.
It was good. It wasn't, but there was one that they show a thing they do in Canada called the Mr. Big sting,
right?
Where they tell you, they get you to admit stuff because they're telling you, they promise you they're going to get you out of trouble, but you're going to be working basically with a bigger criminal, and this whole fucking thing. It's like, you can't use that in America because they're like, well, you can't fucking promise people you'll get them off as long as they admit to you they did it for sure.
Right.
This, like, there's an air of this that's still kind of, in his mind, he's going like, why the fuck did she come back?
Right.
I've had girls before also when I've done that weird, like, okay, never mind. Be like, geez, like you had me, you kind of wrote me off so fast. I thought, it's like, I don't know. It's like,
well, here's another thing.
I don't want to be rejected. So I'm like, if I see you're not into it, I don't want to do it.
There's a lot of actresses that were like, listen, what this guy could do to my career, like he could plant negative stories in the press about me. He could blacklist me. So there was this culture
bottomless money, these guys.
Bottomless money, burying people money. I mean, this guy's got photos with Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton up to wazoo, and every other president, by the way. But, you know, Hillary Clinton said, by the way, she was shocked. I'm shocked that Harvey won. You know, she's like, Bill, her husband, she was shocked. Shocked and appalled.
She still calls him Harv. I'm so sad that Harv did this.
And this is the problem. Is like this guy's raised millions of dollars for the Democratic Party. He's raised millions of dollars for lots of organizations, and he was as powerful as you could be in that world. So even if he groped you, grabbed you, you almost had to be like, well, he's Harv.
That's Harv.
That's Harv. Have a drink. Sit down, Harv. You nut.
It's a shame too, because really, the problem is there's for every girl.
Yeah,
that goes like, I don't give a shit if I'm a B movie actress that you're getting ready to give a big part to. Fuck you. There's no way. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
There's 20 more waiting to do it.
And I'm sure that a lot of them.
Crazy?
I'm sure a lot of them talked, man. I'm sure a lot of people came forward, and I'm sure they were told to shut up.
It's almost my thing. How can you not vet the girl that's willing to do it? There's got to be something. You said the sociopath thing, like The Hunt. He wants to ask Angelina Jolie. If I had that kind of power, and I wanted to try to fuck pretty girls by using my the leverage I had over them, which is not my style. But if I did do that, it would have to be like, Jacob, go. Yeah. Tell that girl she probably would get the part in the movie if she just slept with me. See what she says about that. Like, I don't want to go there and get a girl going, no, I don't want to. I'm like, ugh. Yeah. That makes me like cringe.
Yeah, well, I offered to fuck him 7 times, you know? Just to get on CISO on your show.
I'll give it.
Yeah. I was the one going, get in the room. He's like, no, I can't. I'm like, have a drink.
Bitch, you get in this goddamn room.
No.
She goes, he keeps promising her, I won't do a thing. That's eerie as hell.
It's creepy.
Great.
Let's see what he. What does he
Dan thinks it's great.
Where does he go from? I won't do a thing.
Like incriminating. Let's make a new thing when Dan's not here. We fully incriminate him by having him to react positive to terrible things we say. Listen, I'm just saying. What do you think, Dan? We should just fire all black people from everything and just let them find their own jobs.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of racist.
I was just joking, but Dan thinks it's great.
The girl's on tape here. The aspiring actress said Weinstein grabbed her breasts and put his hand up her skirt in a meeting in his office.
Yeah.
She was a crazy person.
Then she fled and reported the incident to the NYPD. Then she went back to record it.
Dan thinks it's her fault.
I can't believe that, Dan.
She's a crazy person.
Very disappointed.
I thought she was a victim, but Dan just said she's a crazy bitch.
Oh, what an asshole.
Oh, who, the girl? Like we just have a whole conversation with him.
Great.
Lou, you got to cut up 17 individual words of Dan Soder to make it match everything. Yeses, nos, maybes. Jacob, you strike me as not an aggressive guy. White Lou, maybe. At your drunkest, you give a couple extra of come-ons, baby girl.
No way.
You're a quick bail also? You're a nervous bail?
Of course.
I don't mean you're a predator of any sort. I'm just saying, but like some guys have like the listen. I said I don't want to paint Joe DeRosa as anything bad, and this is Joe DeRosa as a single man. I'm not outing him in any way, but I was always impressed when we lived together was how many stories he had of like I went for the girl's pants. You know, we were making out. I went for a pants. She moved my hands. Then we went back to making out. And then I tried this. And then I tried a little later. And we ended up fucking.
Right.
And no girl's ever come back and be like, Joe coerced. No one's ever said that because he hasn't. That's not Joe's style. But I'm like, he just stays in the pocket there. And it's like, all right, we'll wait a little bit. We'll take it a little bit slower. I'm right away if there's any kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm like, then we should all just go separate ways. Never talk again. Because I'm so embarrassed right now.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm very like, Christine, have you ever been coerced? Have you ever felt like coerced into something?
I've been in a situation.
Bitch, you better not say nothing about me coercing.
I've been in a situation where, like, a guy walked in, like, almost kind of backed me into a room where it was a situation where there was like multiple people, and he like backed me into a room and
multiple people. In a different place.
Yeah, like in the living room, and then like he backed me into the laundry room and really started just like making out with me, taking my pants off, and it's like as a woman,
making out with you. Yeah, he can't be making out with you. If he's making out with you, that's a team thing you're doing.
I know it's not. I was not kissing this guy. Like, this guy just full force, like, starts kissing your neck, going down, and you almost freeze because the man, he's going to overpower you. So if a guy's, like, forcing himself on you, it's really... and luckily another guy came in and stopped it.
Yeah.
But it was something where you...
I had the same situation, except it was a Harvey Weinstein. Get in the room now.
Fuck you, Harvey. You get in this goddamn room. You go in my goddamn room.
I'm going to take a shower. Get in the room. Have a drink. I ordered room service. We're going to have boys just to give me gas. Get in the room now.
I'm going to Dutch oven this whole goddamn place, and you're going to love it. You want to be in my off-Broadway production.
You're in the chorus, but shut up. Take your pants off.
Take your goddamn pants off. You love it.
And I've never been approached by anybody that had any sort of power over.
Wouldn't that have been great? I know. She goes, wait. Just, I wish I would have been backed into a room by a Harvey Weinstein. A girl can only wish.
Better than my drug dealer's buddy.
Drug dealer's bro. I won't do a thing, please, is the last thing he says here. Keep going. Or should we take our last break and come back and finish this tape?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's just do it, yeah. Because we're almost done. God damn, this has been a lot of fun, man. We'll be right back with our final segment. It's The Bonfire.
And now, back to The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Slick, sucking and swallow. I just wanna hit you.
Women's rights activist Jada Kiss with Is We Fucking or What? It's a Tim Dillon special. Tim Dillon's hanging out with us right here on The Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Dan Soder's out shooting the scene where Harvey Weinstein comes in and fucks everyone at Axe Capital.
It's so
against
crazy.
their will. It's a real weird
great season.
That thing is written on the fly. It's like South Park. So we're back here. We're going through this Harvey Weinstein. Caught on tape. All this New Yorker stuff is blowing up in his face. Good. I'm not going to be pro this guy at all, but I said before, right away I'm on board. This guy's the villain for sure. But we were saying during the break, we'd like to see who's done multiple movies with him. Black Lou said that. He goes, what these guys have done multiple movies with him. So it's like, you were willing to do what he wanted to do to get what you wanted to get. So now coming out to him and be like, what a monster. It's like, well, you're a piece of shit for doing it.
It's all
like, walk away from it.
It's all the same thing with Scientology, where you have people that are like, get all the connections from Scientology, and at the end of it, they're like, once they're millionaires, they leave it, and they're like, those people were nuts. It's like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Your career is based on that.
I have a hard time with the Leah Remini show about that for that reason only. I like the show. I find it interesting, the show.
Right.
But her real, like, those motherfuckers, she always wants to curse.
Yeah, how many people...
Those motherfuckers, like, you sat behind this whole thing for 40 years, you dumb dildo.
How many people...
How am I taking your word?
Did you help victimize that aren't stars, that are just now stuck in Scientology?
And you're keeping them in a goddamn sweatbox for fucking 40 days to punish them.
So it's like the thing, man. But this is what Hollywood does, dude. Hollywood's all about telling everyone they care about them, and from a 10,000 square foot home in Malibu, and we care about climate change, but we're all on private jets, and it's all like this business in Hollywood. It's like human trafficking Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like the pedophile shit, and all the directors that have been, all the kids that came out, like Corey Haim, all those guys.
Fell Dog, right? Corey Feldman, right? They all come out and they say all this shit. Nobody fucking prints the articles. Nobody does anything. Nobody cares because everybody's fucking afraid.
I can tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
He's right.
Right.
Oh, yeah. He is right.
I can't believe I didn't get fucked. Did you see that picture of me?
You were Adonis.
I was trying to get fucked hard.
Oh, yeah. You were boy hot.
My parents were fucking sending me to Weinstein's room with a fucking tray. Room service.
You were a sexy little boy there, if you don't mind me saying so.
No. It looks like Rose McGowan signed an NDA for like $100,000 too. So this is stuff that's kind of come and gone over the years, and nobody's been able to take this guy down. That's the first time anybody's rallied against him.
I get the thing, but a guy, listen.
I mean, look at Cosby. It's really reminiscent of Cosby.
Luring a woman into the room for business things and fucking viciously attacking her, holding her down, drugging, whatever the fuck Bill Cosby, like you said, dude, is a fucking piece of shit move. If you're presented with a thing, Come on. And even if the guy's doing like come on, you don't want to be in the movie, and if the girl says yes, she's agreeing to a thing. I don't know what to say about that. Outside of it goes back to vile and wretched to me. If he goes, if you don't do it, I'll kill your parents.
Yeah,
I'll have something terrible happen to your kids. Sure. If he's going like, yeah, I don't know, I control this movie, you don't get the part. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's a horrible thing to present somebody with. But if you fucked the guy for it, you made your choice too.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's had a lot of settlements with different women where he paid out a lot of money.
But but again, almost with the Cosby thing too, I say, this guy's so deeply fucking twisted.
Yeah.
And fucked in the head, because like when you are that wealthy, I just see it. Like when we see these wealthy oil guys in Houston, Texas, or I'm in Edmonton, and I see these like older, goofy looking guys with these beautiful young chicks. Like that chick's not like, please help me. They're like, that's the girl who does that.
Well, dude,
the girl who does that and goes with himself.
The whole LA thing is based on that sugar baby, sugar daddy, where it's like you're going to see guys that are 50 and 60.
It's all over here now too, New York, big. It's seekingarrangement.com. Yeah, there's commercials for it.
On their third marriage with a chick who's fucking 21. Mm-hmm. You know, now if you now in New York, here's the thing: they can't help them with their careers, but in LA they can, because a lot of these people are in the business.
Sure.
So then you have people,
agent even or something like that,
whatever it is. So they're trying to be actresses and actors. So there's always that unspoken thing of like, well, let me not get on the wrong side of these people.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. But like this.
I'm curious as to what he says now. Like if he treats, because you know what's interesting about him. So here's what he does. This is the hard sell. Mm-hmm. So when you're selling stocks, you hard sell. You call up a guy. You're like, listen, I got a great opportunity right now. You got to get in. Listen to me. Don't fuck this up. That's the hard sell. And when you sell like real estate, it's softer. You got to be like, hello. I know you said you really liked a yard, and we have a really big yard. But this guy, I want to know, like, does he ever switch it up in the middle of this and be like, all right, let's relax. Let's calm down. Let's think about what you want, and let's try to figure out. But he's just going hardcore.
Preparing your family.
Yeah, come on, shut up, have a drink, and watch me fucking wash my dick.
Yeah.
There's a guy across the street from me who forces me to do that. Where's my settlement? The guy across the street forces me to watch his dick. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Lay back, smoke a fat ass joint too. I'd rather fuck with you.
All right, smoke a little bit of weed.
Yeah, Dan, what do you want me to do?
You want to be in Hocus Pocus too? You better play ball.
So let's. We have this. I want to hear more of this audio here. Yeah, we were a little further up in that. You sit there and have a drink, he says.
There and have a drink. Water.
I don't drink. Can I stay on the bar?
No, you must come here now.
No.
Please.
No, I don't want to.
I'm not doing anything with you.
I'm not doing anything with you, I promise.
I'm sorry. I cannot.
No, wait, Pat, stop it.
Kind of aggressive.
Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious.
Some kind of pop-up commercial.
Yeah, really.
That wasn't Harvey.
Go back, but leave it paused still. I just want to read the words here that was said here. She goes, I don't want to. I'm sorry. He goes, no, come in here. No, yesterday was kind of aggressive for me, she says. Go ahead. A little further ahead. I need to know a person to be touched. This is her words. He says, I won't do a thing. I won't do a thing, please. She says, I don't want to be touched. Oh, my God. Hearing those words from a woman would make me... I'd be like, okay, go downstairs to the bar, please, and let's not even hang out anymore tonight. Like, that makes me feel so uncomfortable. Hearing her say it to him is making me uncomfortable.
He's a total monster.
Yeah, this man has like not an ounce of insecurity in him, and he's just been able to do this forever.
Yeah.
He's been getting away with this for a long time.
That's the other thing.
Well, getting away. I mean, it seems like it's probably cost him financially to some degree. But again, when you have a bottomless well of money, what does that mean?
Well, one of the NDAs was $100,000. That's nothing to these people.
Yeah, to Rose McGowan now, it's probably a lot. He goes, I swear I won't. This is him saying to her, I swear I won't. Just sit with me. Go ahead.
Sit with me. Don't embarrass me in the hotel.
Don't embarrass me in the hotel.
Sit with me, I promise. Please sit there. Please. 1 minute.
No,
I ask you. Go to the bathroom.
Please, I don't want to do something I don't want
Go to the bathroom. Hey, come here. Listen to me.
I want to go downstairs.
I'm not going to do anything. You'll never see me again after this. Okay? That's it. If you
Stop.
embarrass me...
He says, I'll never see me again after this. Oh, now it sounds like it's going to start taking a turn for like a threatening.
Now it's yeah.
I didn't know where this goes at all. I didn't listen to this yet, but it says he goes, if you where we stop right here, he's saying, don't embarrass me in the hotel. He goes, if you embarrass me where I'm staying at, she says, I'm not embarrassing you. They're talking over each other. He says, if you embarrass me where I'm staying at, She said, "I'm not embarrassing you." He says,
I'm embarrassing you. It's just that I don't feel comfortable.
Honey, don't have a fight with me on the phone. Please, I'm not going to do anything. I swear on my children. Please come in.
By the way, you know what's funny? You almost say he's trying to, if he's trying to get rid of embarrassment, you'd almost understand, but he's not, because like he can end the embarrassment by right now just going back into his room.
Yeah, he's like, if you
just closing the door in his room and doing this, don't fight me in the hallway. It's like, you don't have to have a fight in the hallway. Just you let her leave and be like, I guess this chick wasn't into it.
It's a weird technique where you're like, if you don't buy this stock right now, there's not going to be a next time. You know? You'll never hear from me again if you embarrass me. You don't trust me? I've been managing your money for years.
And you'll never... Yeah, that was his threat. You'll never hear from me again. On everything, Ooh. I'm a famous guy.
Wow.
Jesus.
He's going in. Such a dirtbag. Criminal.
I mean, this is certainly criminal. It seemed. I mean, what he's trying to do right now is borderline where you're like, you'd stop it if you walk by in a hallway and be like, "Hey, dude, I'm going to walk this girl to the elevator."
I would stop immediately and be like, "Oh my God, Harvey Weinstein, how are you? I'm a comedian in New York.
Like, what's up? We fucking this chick?" Yeah.
I just start forcibly blowing him. How do you like it, Piggy?
I'm a famous guy.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
Please come in now. And 1 minute. And if you want to leave, when the guy comes with my jacket,
yesterday you touched my wrist.
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Just come on. I'm used to that. Come on.
Are you used to that?
Are you used to that?
No, but I'm not used to that.
I won't do it again. Come on. Sit here. Sit here for a minute, please.
No, I don't want to.
If you do this now, you will embarrass me. No. You'll call me again. Okay? I'm sorry. I promise you I won't do anything.
Wow, he's still trying.
The guy's coming. I will never do another thing to you. 5 minutes. Don't ruin your friendship with me for 5 minutes.
I know, but it's kind of like, it's too much for me. I can't.
Please, you're making a big scene here.
No,
please.
but I want to leave.
Don't ruin your friendship with me for 5 minutes.
Wow.
Saying the relationship with me should be worth you fucking me.
Bad dude.
That's really crazy. What a creep, huh? It is a horrifying... here we go. HuffPost. It's a horrifying sequel to Trump's Access Hollywood.
I mean, this is...
Come on, man.
Really?
You're letting Trump shit talk in a fucking thing? This is an act... This guy is actively...
Yeah.
I mean, if you could find audio on me from a zillion podcasts going like, "Bitch gonna suck my dick," or whatever fake fucking bravado thing I'm saying. Like, come on, man.
If you showed me your dick, I'd take a look.
Yeah, I'll take a peek.
I think what they're trying to say is that there is something to be. Like, I think when Trump was talking, he was like, "Hey, if you're a celebrity, they let you do whatever they want." And maybe to just defend. I'm sure the article's ridiculous to defend that kind of idea. It's kind of like. Yeah, that's kind of in the same world of just like, that's kind of what Weinstein's thing was, who was just like, yeah, do whatever I want, you know?
It's pretty forceful. Again, I don't have much of a sympathy for a girl who makes a decision off a guy who just simply goes like, if you want this part, like, I want to fuck you, so we're going to fuck.
That's the other thing.
I think that's a scumbag thing to do, but I think a woman has a right then to be like, well, and listen, if you want to tell people that and it blows up in the guy's face, fine. If you walk away from it and it's not fair, it certainly isn't fair. It certainly isn't fair.
How many A-list Hollywood actors knew about this behavior? We know a few of them didn't really come forward, men and women, and then went on and worked with this guy and made millions of dollars.
I know.
It's, you know?
You know who I blame for this? Miramax for going out of business, and now everyone's got to go to the Weinstein Group for movies.
It's true.
That's the problem. If Miramax hung in there, you could always be like, you know what? I'm gonna blow up your spot, Harvey Weinstein.
A friend of
I'll
mine,
head over to Miramax. But they folded.
Yeah. A friend of mine got their screenplay. They were going to get optioned by the Weinstein Company.
Oh, really?
And they called their agent and they went, "Hey, what happened with this?" And their agent's like, "Oh yeah, they're in a chaotic disarray." My friend just like hung up the phone silently, like, "Yeah, all right."
So
you know.
So Rosanna Arquette. Who are the people who were speaking out and saying?
Ashley Judd.
Yeah.
Jolie.
Rosanna Arquette.
Gwyneth.
This guy's been doing it for some time.
Oh, he's been around.
No one's trying to fuck Rosanna Arquette now.
Rosanna Arquette and
Rosanna Arquette looks like her brother now, her tranny brother. He passed. The late tranny brother. Sorry. Her late tranny brother. Alexis Arquette. Who, by the way, huge hog.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Alexis Arquette's big dick? Oh, dude. I hate to talk wonderfully about the dead, but look at Alexis Arquette's dick. What a waste of cock on this chick.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's mean. Christine, you
probably still used it.
Dude, it's a nice piece. It's a solid fucking wingo.
Get it up. Let's take a look at this. Wow. Yeah. It's a hammer.
Look at that thing. Oh, what a piece. Oh, and then he became a lady, a huge dick lady.
Serious.
Oh, God damn.
You're so beautiful.
What an awesome dick.
You're a princess, and I need to save you.
That chick's got an awesome dong. There's your quote. National Enquirer. Their career.
Sorvino,
Now they're both
Patricia
saying
Arquette.
Sorvino and Patricia.
Roseanne Arquette.
Roseanne Arquette say their careers took a nosedive. You're moving up and down. I can't really see.
Sorry, I was trying to get to the bottom of here.
Let's see. So their careers took a nosedive when they dared to reject him.
Yeah.
Wow, man. You know what's funny? They both had career shits for sure. So.
Mira Sorvino, Mighty Aphrodite, right? It was huge. The Woody Allen movie that she did, right?
Yeah.
Another guy
was really big.
Always great to women.
Well, just like, you know what it is? Also, both these women, I believe, Mira Sorvino, I might be wrong about this, but I think they were both, you know who's I'd like to hear the comments from, and maybe this is coming in the next few days?
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino. Real big in bed with those Weinstein brothers, I believe.
Yeah.
Real big with those guys. I'm curious, and a lot of these are his actresses. He's using Roseanne Arquette for sure. I'm not sure about Mira Sorvino, but I mean, he's definitely like.
Somebody goes like this. Somebody just types, "What about freedom of speech?" It's like you.
I think they're back on a couple.
Okay. I was just about to be like, "That's a real weird read on this." The guy can say what he wants.
I can't fucking tell a girl to shut the fuck up and blow me in my hotel room before I ruin you.
First Amendment, baby.
Oh, I can't say that. What is? Oh,
These are all comments.
Let me read. I know we only have a minute here.
Yeah.
Matt Damon, as a father of 4 daughters, this is the kind of sexual predation that keeps me up at night. This is great fear for all of us. I did 5 or 6 movies with Harvey. I never saw this. I feel horrible for those women, and it's wonderful they have this incredible courage and are standing up now. We can all feel this change that's happening, which is necessary and overdue. Ben Affleck says, I'm saddened and angry that a man who I worked with used his position of power to intimidate, sexually harass, and manipulate many women over decades. So that's right. I mean, they're blindly believing it, which I guess, what can you do, man? What can you do?
It doesn't seem that blind. It seems like a lot of people are.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that, but Ben Affleck has no idea that he's fucking done it. He's just taking their word for it. But I mean, when they come out, it's the same thing, dude. By the fucking 14th Cosby accuser, if you're still on the fence going like, I don't know, you're like, nah, man, it's like, no, it's just the fucking floodgates of. By the way, there's going to be false accusers of him now too.
Yeah,
there's going to be a whole bunch of false accusers, but like the flagship thing is probably like, even if you listen, if you can take someone at 50% truth.
Yeah.
If you could take someone's accusations that are and say they're 50% true, and it's still someone that should be in jail for a long time, and who gives a fuck?
Right.
Who gives a fuck about the liars now?
Yeah, this guy's a predator.
If you did it to 15 people or 30 people, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
15's plenty, man.
You're on
15's plenty.
You're on the board.
Yeah.
You know?
You are on the board.
That's it, man.
Tim, thanks for hanging out today.
Thanks so much. I just want this guy.
We'll dig more into this for sure.
I want this guy to get so desperate that he'll produce my special. Harvey Weinstein presents Tim Dillon.
He should. Harvey. Even Lou had a hard time doing it. Lou couldn't even raise it up so much. We're kidding, Lou.
We're kidding. It's a joke. It's comedy.
Cheryl, we look forward to your next letter. I'm going to go find a fucking Golden Corral, everyone. Tim Dillon.
Thank you so much.
Going to be headlining Hilarities in Cleveland, Ohio, Wednesday, October 11th and Sunday, October 15th. He's also going to be doing his tour bus show as part of the New York Comedy Festival in November. Get tickets for that and all of Tim's shows at timdilloncomedy.com. Dan Soder, of course, at Laughs Boston, October 19th through October 21st. Get your tickets for that and all of Dan's shows at dansoder.com. You're seeing the pattern. And also make sure you check out his half-hour special as part of the stand-ups available right now on Netflix. And me, I'm going to be at the Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio, October 19th through October 21st. Oh, look at that. Me and Dan both in Ohio that weekend. I didn't even know I put that to it.
Remember, you come from champions and you are a champion.
He's right. God damn it. Even when he's not here, he's so right. I'll be at the Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio, October 19th through October 21st. Get tickets for that and all of my shows at bigjcomedy.com. We'll catch you tomorrow, right? It's only Tuesday. Yeah! Catch you tomorrow, y'all. Crackle, crackle.